Hi everyone, it's Liesl. I'd like to share my November Tsunami Rose design team project with you. It's a soft cover journal that I made using the Christmas list journal kit, and it has the same paper on the front and back. This is what I would assume is her backing paper, but it was so pretty that I thought it really made a lovely background for the cover, and it came out rather nicely, I think. I just used some seam binding that I dyed green, and then also cut a little book plate with the Tim Holtz book plate die, and where there are little holes for brads I just filled them up with red stickles. So that was my little bit there. I didn't want it to have holes. So going in, I used one of the journal pages for the inside cover, and onto that I glued a library pocket and used this library card which is in the kit to go in there. These angels are also one of the bits of ephemera, and I used stickles, and I wonder, there you can see, oh, let's hope it comes up on the video. I used stickles to add a bit of bling. I used stickles here and there all over the journal to just give it a bit more of a festive feel. I love bling. So going in, as you can see, the usual tea dyeing. I made some index cards which I stamped, and again put some stickles here and there just to bling it up a bit. And this is just a little Christmas themed paper bag. Stamped some lines for journaling and used some of my little stamps for corners. Here is a pocket and a bit of ephemera from the kit, and also a large index card which I tea dyed, and you can see the color runs on these. I don't know why my previous cards didn't, but I actually quite like the effect. And then I just corner punched with a little holly die, and well, it's a punch actually, not a die, and did some stamping front and back. And there's a little flip up for a bit more secret journaling. Here is one of those little white bags that I tea dye and ink, another bit of ephemera which I jazzed up with some more stickles, and two of the shipping tags that I like to tea dye and ink and stamp. Some music paper with the same snowflake stamp that I used on the index card. And then here is a paper clip with a little angel on it. And I'm trying to use up some of the 6x6 paper pads that I have. So I turned this into an envelope which I have not glued down, as it leaves more space for journaling, or whoever receives it eventually will be able to glue it down and put something in there. And I rather liked the Christmas list wording which was on one of the ephemera pages, so I cut it out, inked it and added it, and thought it was quite appropriate. Here is another white paper bag which I decorated with some serviette or napkin, as they say in America, and instead of Mod Podging it down, which is what I usually do, and it's quite a messy business, I used a technique which I saw Sigetta Grinter use, and I don't know whether anyone else does as well, so I apologize if it started with someone else. I just saw Sigetta do it. I just used some glue stick and glued it down, and it worked perfectly. I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and I distressed this edge and didn't cut it neatly so that it would look a little bit more worn. And inside is another of my handmade file folders with another bit of ephemera which I again added some stickles to, just to give it a bit more of a festive feel. Excuse me. Here is just a little flip out. These images are really so lovely, and there you can see some of the tea dyeing which ran onto the side of the paper. Sometimes when I print, I always tea dye on the back, and then sometimes some of the ink runs in underneath the page, and then I get these lovely extra patterns on the paper. Really pretty images. And this is the center of the journal, with the pocket hiding all the workings and a little flip up and some journaling space, which is completely hidden, so that's nice. And I turned this image into a little booklet with more tea-dyed paper, inked it on the outside, and just tied it with the pamphlet stitch. So I want to be able to see the image, so it goes in with the stitching first. Here is one of the trifolds, and this bit of ephemera just holds it down, and it's also a pocket for this large tag. I love those bells. They're such a lovely color, and they really have such a lovely Christmassy feel about them. I really like that image. Here is another bit of ephemera from the kit, and another one of my tea-dyed and stamped index cards. Here you can see the lines on this side, they're almost completely obliterated, but yeah, as I said, I quite like the effect. And let me see, I think, yep, another bit of secret journaling space. Here are the angels, which are also on the front library pocket, just enlarged. And here is the other side of that big white packet, and I just gave it exactly the same treatment as I did in the first half. And inside is another one of my handmade index cards with, you can see the stickles there, I hope, and a lot of inking. And I just use my envelope punch board to make these quick and easy, and I use some manila file folders, so yeah, that does the trick. Another bit of ephemera, which is tea-dyed on the back and inked, and a paper clip with a little snowflake. More of the stamped music paper. Am I in frame? Yep. And I really like the effect of the grid paper over the music paper with the stamping. Here is another little pocket, and here again I added stickles, and this is a funny kind of stickles, which if I can grab it, I will just tell you what it's called. It's called patina. There it is, and it gives the most glorious effect. Oh, I really hope that shine shows up on the video. It was so pretty. I used it on the little tree, and then just used some of the clear shiny stickles on the bit of fluff around her face and a bit of red around the edge, and then just another two of the shipping tags, which have been stamped, tea-dyed and inked. Such a cute little cat. I love the pink on the inside of the ears. And here is another little fold out, and the other half of the Christmas paper bag with one of the little index cards with the stamping and the stickles on it, and a last bit of ephemera, which I left open on two sides for anything that can be tucked in there. And I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to use this. I thought it would look really pretty there, but then that's only one side of the packet, and I felt that it would be unfair. I like my book to be fair to all pieces of paper, so I've put it in there until I find a better place for it to be. Maybe I'll put it onto a little bit of writing or anything else that can go into the journal. This is the back, and that little bird is just so cute, and of course it has exactly the same. Is it the same? Yep, it looks like the same. Well, maybe not. Let's not spend time on it, but it's very similar wreath, and it's just really pretty, the blue and the red and the green. So here is the other half of the journal page, which I used in the front as the cover for the inside back of the journal, and that's the back. I really liked making this journal. This paper is just gorgeous, and I understand that Daisy has now made it into a traveller's notebook size as well, which I think is going to be tremendously popular. And I hope you enjoyed my journal, and as always, thanks for watching, and until we speak again. Bye-bye.